Welcome back, everybody, to Bodybags channel. This is Snake Week here. I am Critter Buster, and I was the one that actually had the chance to choose the theme this week, and I chose snakes. Apparently, it was an extremely hard topic for everybody to choose from. I apologize. I didn't realize it would be so difficult. I have tons and tons of snake films in my collection, so I didn't think it would be that difficult. But sorry, guys. The film I'm reviewing today is Silent Predators. This was a made-for-TV film back in, I believe, 1999. And I was talking to JP about this yesterday, and I was unaware, but he let me know that the screenplay was actually written by John Carpenter. I had no idea about it until he told me that, which is really cool. Maybe that's why I actually like the movie. But thanks, JP, for letting me know about that. It's very interesting. I had no idea. But the movie takes place in San Carolina or something like that, a small town in California. And what it is at the very beginning of it, when the film starts, you see this delivery guy who is delivering a cargo truck across country. And in the truck is this like giant snake, and it's like some type of African snake or something like that. And it is an African. I think it's called a tropical rattlesnake, and it's supposed to be like the most venomous type of rattlesnake. And anyways, the guy wrecks his truck, and the cargo crate breaks open, and the snake gets released, and it bites the driver and runs off into the hills. And that happens at the very beginning of the movie. From then it cuts to 20 years later, and there's a fire chief in town. He's brand new. The old fire chief has retired, so they had to hire a new one. And he comes into town for his first day, and right as soon as he gets there, somebody gets bit by a snake. And he has to run off to try to save the kid that gets bit by the snake. And from then on out, he pretty much is paranoid about the snakes. The snake problem starts right off the bat. As soon as the movie starts, people are attacked by snakes, and it just doesn't stop till the end of the movie. And I really like that about the movie. After that, the main guy, the fire chief, keeps getting call about people being bitten by snakes. So he goes to investigate, and the main guy over the town, who's like the mayor or whatever, I guess he's friends with the guy who is making a housing development area. And the guy over the housing development he has like dynamite and stuff, everything blowing up the area, trying to make room for the new houses. And he's like the biggest douchebag in the world, and he thinks that nothing's going to stop him from making these houses at all. So his plan is to just ignore everything, cover everything up, and continue with the housing development plans. So the fire chief is doing his best to try to shut it down and try to get everybody to agree that we need to have somebody come in and eradicate the snakes. But there's just no proper way to do so until they figure out exactly what kind of snake it is and how to deal with it. But that the housing development guy just wants everything covered up so he can continue, so he doesn't lose any money. It's all about money for him. They go on to like a snake hunt, and they find out that there's tons of snakes everywhere. So the guy is just going to go ahead and try to do what he can to cover everything up and do it himself. Like, he doesn't want anybody's help because he thinks that if word gets out, then nobody's going to want to live in his housing area. So he gets him and his friend to go to the. They finally find the area where the snakes are like laying there dormant, like I guess their little cave or whatever that they're in, and the guy and his I don't know what he's called, the guy that I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here, but the guy that goes in to like eradicate bugs and spiders and snakes and stuff like that. The job title is blanking right now. But anyways, he gets him to go into the cave with him, and they're going to blow up the cave. And they think that if they blow the cave up, that all the snakes will be crushed and the problem will be solved. So as they're setting the dynamite into the cave, the guy gets bit by a snake, and the explosion sets off early, and it doesn't go the way they want it to, and they get trapped inside with one of the female assistants. And the female assistant calls for help. She calls the fire chief, and the fire chief has to come and rescue her. inside this cave that is just tons and tons and tons and tons of snakes. The movie itself, I really like this movie. I remember watching this back when it came on TV, and I've liked it ever since. They use, real snakes. That's the one thing I really like about these made-for-TV movies, is that they use actual snakes for the film. They don't use any CGI. There's no rubber snakes. Well, there's only a few rubber snakes, and that's whenever they, like the dead snakes and stuff, are all rubber, of course. There's a few scenes where, the people are picking them up, and it's all rubber. Like, there's a scene where a dog attacks one of the snakes, and, you can clearly tell that it's a rubber snake, and it's pretty funny, actually. But for the most part, all the snakes are real, which makes it that much more creepier if you don't like snakes. Also, there's this one scene, one shot, I think actually it's 2 different shots throughout the movie, but there's this giant snake that opens its mouth and shows you its fangs, and they cut away from it every time. It's never used in the movie. That snake never attacks anybody, and they never cut back to it again. I don't know if there's deleted scenes from it or whatever, or if maybe they had more plans for it, they couldn't do it for whatever reason. But I just thought that was weird. They cut to that one shot at the beginning and then one shot at the end of this giant snake, which you just look forward to happening, and then it doesn't happen. But aside from that, the movie itself is still really good with the different types of snake kill. I mean, how many different ways can a snake kill someone besides biting them? But it's definitely interesting just to see the snakes and everything. I really like that about the movie. But yeah, I had no idea that this was actually written by John Carpenter, so that makes that much more interesting of a film. And it is available on DVD. I found that out. The DVD is put out by Mill Creek, and it is right here, Silent Predators. And the DVD itself is actually a lot better than I thought. It being put out by Mill Creek in a 20-pack, the quality of the film is actually a little bit better than the VHS I got here, but I like this cover art a lot more. It's just bluntly there, right there, snake. And I just really like the movie itself. The acting is pretty decent. I mean, there's some few people in there that's, you can clearly tell it's a made-for-TV film, but, it doesn't really bother me any. I'm fine with acting on almost any level. But yeah, they use plenty of real snakes, and it's definitely a pretty interesting movie if you like snakes. It's one of the better made-for-TV snake movies that's out there. So thanks, guys, for watching Bodybags channel once again. This is Snake Week, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's reviews. Let me know what you think of this movie. Have you seen this movie, or do you not like snakes? Post a comment down below, and see you guys.